Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Welcome, wild ones. Who is ready for this live transmission? Say hello as you're popping on. If you're watching the replay, I love a good hashtag replay because I love to see who is joining me for these really juicy topics, especially when I just impromptu drop the keywords in the description and I'm like reading what I wrote. And it's true. Today, I want to talk about what I would do if I was starting over. What I would really do if it was my first year in business and I wanted to skip the line, not have to wait, and not have to pay years of dues to make an abundant living off my gifts, talents, personality, charming smile, which you all have. If you're here, you are so unique. You are wild. You move from your soul and you have grand skills that can be highly monetized and afford you the life that is really meant for you. So you are meant to thrive in your life, in your business, in every aspect of your self-development. You did not come here on this earthly dimension to live a cookie cutter average life. You have gone through too much. You have seen too much. And you have already helped so many people in so many ways. And so why shouldn't you have six figures? Why shouldn't you have a price tag that nourishes you and has you feeling like you could even show up better? You're giving from a place of overflow, right? I just read a post recently about a woman who gives from a place of underflow. That's heavy flow, underflow. It's not really what the post said, but that a woman giving from overflow is a really special gift. And I know that when I'm giving to people from a place of feeling drained or feeling like I'm not nourished or feeling like I'm not taking care of myself or I'm not taken care of or resourced, it just comes from an icky, sticky place. And so my role here, hi, if you're new to this group, hello, pardon me how rude I didn't introduce myself. I'm Christina Gomes, and I help transformational facilitators, coaches, mentors, healers, and guides create high-value offers, launch them to the lovely interwebs, and sell them out to meet 10K consistent months, 20K consistent months, 5K consistent months, whatever number that feels good for you. It doesn't even have to be about the number if you don't love money, but whatever, like however many people you are called to serve this month, next month, the month after, that you are meeting that goal, not just because you'll make a lot of money and you'll be able to buy yourself a gong like I did, but because it is nourishing for you to be serving in your gifts. It's just best for everyone involved. It's best for the health of the planet for you to be in overflow in abundance. It's best for the health of the universe for you to claim your right to an abundant life and not worry about the naysayers or the people that say coaching is too expensive, or whatever people that don't know you like I know you and how hard you've worked and how many certifications you've got and how much training you have. They don't know you like I know you, because I am you. All right. So veering off topic for just a moment, we're going to get back to it. I'm going to share some mistakes that I made that I see new entrepreneurs make. And even if you aren't new and you've been in business for a while and you haven't yet met 6-figure years from a place of overflow and space and freedom, then you're gonna wanna listen up, because this lesson today, this transmission, this training, it's gonna get you there. So I invite you to take out your notebooks. I invite you to grab a cup of something hot, cold. I don't mind what you're drinking, but I want you to focus and pay attention, because like, if I had this training when I was first starting out, or when because my first year in business, I made $50,000. Let me kind of rewind. I've been working for myself for many a moon. I've been a singer-songwriter, jewelry designer, clothing designer, yoga teacher, singing for coins in a hat, traveling the world, working in hostels. Like, I've been a psychotherapist before all that. But the moment I decided to leave my high-paying job as a psychotherapist, I actually went back to nannying, and I was working for myself in that capacity, promoting myself, getting out there, sharing my message, and calling in clients. So for years. But my first year with a high value offer that could be offered internationally, I replaced my income as a psychotherapist. And that was actually $50K a year. So it wasn't even in $100,000 a year. But now this is my second year making over $100,000. By the end of the year, I am projected to double that, but we'll just see. We make goals and we see. That's part of being an entrepreneur. Like, we can literally predict our monthly revenue when you apply the principles that I teach. And I'm projected to double that, and I'll let you know on December 29th. Stay tuned. But what I'm really wanting to transmit to you right now is, if I had this lesson that I'm about to drop for you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, then maybe I'd be a millionaire by now. And so I'm going to offer you the mistakes that I made and the mistakes I see new entrepreneurs make, and even seasoned entrepreneurs make, when they want to create 6 figures, or when they want to have a business that's satisfying and nourishing to their soul and based in freedom. They make these mistakes, and I don't want you to make them. So this lesson is really going to change your life. No more teasing it out. Let me get out my notey notes and get down to it. So I feel like you're here because you saw this topic. Let me know if you are here in this live video because you randomly just saw my face pop up live, or if you specifically came here because, oh, it's me talking. You came here because you were like, yeah, that sounds like a nice topic, right? If you have been saying for a year now or a few years now, like, it's my time. You got it written on the I have my grateful journal here. You got it written in your grateful journal. What am I grateful for, really? Anyway. But you've been saying like, hey, like, it's my time for a while. Maybe putting it in Post-it notes. You don't have much time, right? Like, time is your biggest, most valuable resource, and you don't want to waste it. You don't want to waste it. You want to start earning high income months so that you can have the cash to be able to hire help, to be able to get that virtual assistant, hire a small team, grow your business, get marketing help, got help with your graphics, whatever it is that you want help with, you want high income, predictable, reoccurring revenue so that I've been paying a virtual assistant for over 2 years now. Like it, that wouldn't be possible if I wasn't committed to consistent, stable, reoccurring revenue. So you definitely want that in your biz, I'm guessing, if you're here. It's not about the six figures. It's about what you're able to do with that overflow of money. And maybe it's not solely about growing your business. Maybe you really want to grow something in your community. Maybe you really want to grow your freaking wardrobe. No shame in that. You get to do, my love, whatever the fractal you want to do with your monies. And I know that you have a big heart, and imagine all the things you could do if you had an overflow of cash. And imagine all the people that you could impact and serve if you had more space and freedom and time, and you were serving from an overflow in that space. So today's not just going to help you make six figures in a rush. There's no crazy wild promises that you can make 10K next month without doing any of the work. And that's what I want to say right now, is that this training might be triggering and it might not be for everyone. So if the next statement triggers you, you are welcome to pop off, because it is a big, big mistake to think that me and my clients got here just kind of like sipping coconuts on a beach. And it's like, right now, I'm totally in a beautiful house. I'm looking at a beautiful lake, and I do have a fridge full of coconuts. Who am I lying? I'm lying. I do. And like, I put in the work. But when I think about the work that I put in, I'm so grateful to be able to do this kind of work, to show up, share a message, get clear on my offers, help people one at a time until more people heard about me and what I'm able to help people with. And they got clear, and I grew my audience. I still don't have a big audience, but I grew my audience one person at a time. I put in the consistent presence necessary to grow something, to grow anything. You don't ask a plant to grow if you don't want to water it. Sorry, plant. I'm literally looking at my little brown plant like, oh God, I just said that. I will water that plant later. And my accent's coming out because I'm getting East Coast fierce about this. So many people make such a big mistake thinking when they hear that message of working 20 hours a week, that means that they're not going to work. But how I work 20 hours a week is I know what the fractal I am doing, first of all. And I help people know what they're doing and in their businesses. But I know exactly what I'm doing during my hours so that I'm not flopping around like a fish on dry land, trying to figure it out. I invested in myself highly to figure it out. And that, my friends, is not one of the mistakes I was going to share, but I want to, before I even dive in on this, let you know that I did not just guess how to make my business better and grow. And the first couple of years that I was not making six figures, I admittedly did try to do it semi alone. I would buy low cost courses. I would buy mediocre programs that were low ticket. And my bad for expecting high value from a low ticket offer. We really have to look with clear eyes. And when something doesn't seem high value, it's because it's not. If you don't have somebody in your corner with you, then you're simply just more susceptible to costly mistakes. And so I made a shit ton of costly mistakes, and I did figure out a lot of this on my own. But when I really started to take off was the year that I committed to long-term, consistent mentorship. because the one thing that did, besides getting the skills, besides being immersed weekly in my business, was it made me an energetic match for people who show up that way. Because we cannot ask of anyone what we are not willing to do ourselves. So I just wanted to put that out there before I get into the mistakes, because that's actually a big mistake, bigger than the ones I have the notes on. Amazing. Michael says, I would love to design, use, and market my own journals. Ooh, goals. So here in this group, and my work focus on high value offers, meaning offers that are priced in the $1,000 range, 4-figure offers and above. And we can use smaller ticket, lower cost things to funnel people into our higher ticket programs, but you don't actually have to do all that work. I found, and I'm going to talk about this, I'm just going to start talking about it now because it is a mistake that we think, okay, I'm just getting started in my business, so I have to start low. I have to start low cost. I have to pay some kind of dues. And I just want you, if you feel this way or have thought this way, to just like put your hand over your heart, because you are being limited by somebody else's shitty beliefs, because there are no rules to your abundant life. And there are no rules to this entrepreneurship game. And if you know that your skills of transformation can get somebody a really high value result, then you kind of don't have any place to charge low, because you will begin to resent your own price. If you're ready to raise your price and you don't actually do the work to raise your price, and I'm not saying raising your price is easy. That is the work that I guide my people through in module 1 of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. We get right down into it. Last call, we priced our offers like in the most beautiful, soul aligned way. Everyone had a different price point, but everybody's price point was aligned with how they were feeling in their bones, ready to charge. And then if there's wobbles around that, they actually have me in their corner to help them believe in themselves when they are not willing to believe that they can, whatever they're not willing to believe. I've already made the mistake of too long not believing in myself and undercharging and then feeling overworked because of that, and then projecting that into my business, and everything just felt crunchy and hard and heavy. And what I say to my clients now is, you cannot outsource your own fun. You cannot or outsource your own fun. So the mistake that I see new entrepreneurs, seasoned entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs that haven't yet met 10K consistent months is that they're in this low cost mindset. So I want you to really look at the value of the skills that you have. Like the skills that you have, whatever they are, and maybe say some of them in the comments. It's like, it does become real. And the only way through that resentment or past that resentment is through that resentment, is to go ahead and feel it and go ahead and feel the reality of, I'm in charge of my prices and I'm in charge of how I show up in my business. I am in charge, and yes, I am in charge of how I show up in my business. And this might be triggering because my therapist said it to me the other day, because I am in a loop on some things, not having to do with my business, but I am in a loop on some things, and that's okay. And when it really was clear that only I can wake up and continue my practices, only I can be so devoted to myself that I would never undercharge, that I would never settle for less again, And so it's like, if we've done that in the past, the only way to release that resentment is through forgiveness. Forgive yourself, because I remember projecting that resentment onto perfectly beautiful clients. And it's like, they didn't price my offer for me. I did. So you're the only one responsible for pricing your offer. Now, if you get help around that and you get help around the mindset and around somebody in your corner to hold space for you as the wobbles come, as you have those very common thoughts of like, wait a minute, is this offer worth this price? Well, when we're thinking that, what do we do with that thought? What do we do with that thought? We can think a better thought, but if we aren't examining our offer and checking it out and it really expressing the value of our offer and believing in the value of our offer, then how can we expect somebody else to believe in our offer and in us? So it has to start from within. And I know that, like, of course, we want the practical how to step by step skills and guides, which I have. I have 6 money making modules, but my clients don't even go through the videos unless they're like, yes, I believe I can do this. People don't even invest in themselves unless they believe, yes, I can do this. So I understand if you've been buying low cost courses that you think that you need to start by creating a low cost course. I did that. I never had experienced the energy of a high touch, high guidance mentor who was really in my corner when I faltered, when I wavered, when I couldn't believe in myself. Like, and I wouldn't expect somebody that I paid $100 to, $500 to show up for me the way that my mentors that I've hired have shown up for me. Now, I've invested in one mentor for a year, $20,000 for that year, and I invested $60,000 for about a year with another mentor, and I'm about halfway through that. And I will just I am just committed to my business growth and becoming best in class in this industry. And so that requires being committed to receiving coaching. And to be a high value guide, you need to receive high value guidance and allow yourself to receive it. Apply what you receive though, and go through the steps and actually take the steps that comes next. And if you don't know what the steps and you're circling, doing what one low cost course told you to do and another low cost course told you to do, and then this freebie and then that freebie, this is why it's taking so long to meet 10K consistent months. When you commit, you are making an energetic claim to the universe that I am all in, and the universe responds. I did not have 50K in full to invest in myself for this high level mentor, and I found a way because I was committed. And when you know the skills to create 10K consistent months, then investments in yourself are a no-brainer. I also invest in tantric coaches and massage therapists and therapists because it takes a team to support the energy of a 6-figure earner. And that's just the difference between somebody scraping by paycheck to paycheck and somebody who is willing to lean in for support and receive that support so that they can go ahead and offer that same level of support, knowing that that is the most high level, high value thing in this industry. So this brings me to another mistake. So don't worry, I made this mistake, but it's thinking that your skills of transformations are the same skills as business. So that, if you're so good at what you do, then you don't need business skills. And so you go around and around getting certifications, getting new techniques to help people to expand and grow. And all of that is very beautiful and wise, but none of that will sell your offer like learning how to sell your offers in heart-centered ways. So in module 5 of my conscious creative business immersion, I give you my step-by-step guide in transformational sales. Transformational sales is different than bro marketing and bro sales and fear tactics. Transformational sales allows you to book discovery calls with people. And then on those discovery calls, you change their motherfucking life. You have a conversation with them that puts them on the trajectory of their highest timeline, of their biggest, grandest transformation, and you're not willing to not own that anymore. That's what I'm saying. And if you're wobbly on that, if you're not owning that, if you don't have those skills, if you don't believe in that, that's where you start. And that's quite okay because you've been taught that selling is icky somehow, or you actually have been taught icky selling techniques. I mean, when some hoe comes up in my DMs with, hey, we never met ever before in our freaking life. Here's absolutely no free value, but would you like to buy my thing? No. And you've been bombarded with that. I don't know who the fuck is still teaching that, but it's annoying, right? So you've been bombarded with that. So you don't want to be that person. I do not teach those skills. When I talk about magnetic attraction methods, I'm talking about magnetic attraction methods. And that first, easiest step to becoming a magnet for who you want to really serve in this life and the impact you want to create for your communities and in your business with your gifts of transformation. I'm talking about how do we translate those skills to transformational sales skills and not eliminate the word sales. Like you can, if you want, like change the word, invite, offer, call someone in, like change the word as much as you want, but you're not fooling anyone. It's sales. And if we don't own that a business is to make sales or it's not a business, then we're not owning a truth that is true. That is the true. We're not owning it. Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design an offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create. So, what can you do instead? What to do instead? Really, 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 really stop getting another certification thinking that's going to sell your offers or give you more confidence in selling. Stop with the marketing hacks. I don't even know if hashtag works anymore. I don't give a shit how big my audience is or not. The skills and the principles that I teach have you making six figures in any niche with a very small audience. And if you don't believe me, like you want to check out my testimonials because I know many of you are thinking, and this is another mistake, oh, I need to be in a business niche to make money. But if business skills are not your skill, then it won't be an integrity and there'll be a misalignment and people will feel that. Now, you can help people with their businesses. I'm not saying that. Like, I have a friend who is a channel and he helps business owners, but he helps them with some, with his skills of channeling the Palladian Council. And he helps them, gives them advice on self expansion, but he helps business owners. That's his niche. That's different. But if you're trying to teach somebody how to make money, but you yourself aren't making money, then you just need a different message. And and this is such a mistake, is we see messages that work for other people and we just kind of like subconsciously infuse them into our own message. And like, I did this. So like, no shame. We can heal from our past by letting it the F go. But it took me time to develop my message. It took me intentional time to understand that I could create content that came from my truest voice. And that was the most magnetic thing available to me. And also at the same time, making it clear that is a dance. That is such a dance. But I have many clients that are not in the business niche. I have business clients that are in the business niche too. If you are in the business niche, or you want to help entrepreneurs, you want to help mompreneurs, like you want to help them with their self-development, or you want to help them make money, like you get to do whatever you want in your business. And your level of confidence in your ability to help somebody transform in the ways that you have transformed is the magnetic piece. So you get to look at your own transformations. What are you a true expert in? What have you done really in your life that you can go online and say, hey, I did this. I did a thing. And so when I first started as a business coach, I didn't call myself a business coach. I had no business calling myself a business coach. So it's really not about what you call yourself, but it's about what results your offer can provide for your people. So I've helped somatic professionals make my beautiful client, Amy. I know you've heard me talk about her. We have an interview on my podcast together. We have two. I don't know if the second one is out yet, but we have two interviews out, interviews on the YouTubes, interviews on my client testimonial page, how someone who's not helping people make money has a 6K offer and sold it to $20,000 before the end of our program. Like the last week of our program, she was like, I did it. She made back the money for her investment before the calls even began. Not because she's a special human. Well, she is special, but because she committed. She committed. She became who she wanted to become. She became who she wanted to call in. And she started to share in potent ways, even if it felt fearful. And then Yulia is a friend of mine, a client of mine, and she is a pleasure queen. She is a sacred sexuality facilitator, and she helps people heal from sexual shame and have better orgasms. One session with me, she had a 5K month the next month. Then she had a VIP weekend with me and she started making 10K consistent months. And she's just taken off. She's giving workshops around the world, sharing her voice, sharing her very non-conventional message. But she's so true to her and to who she's meant to serve and to what she's meant to do that she's helping people in all sorts of ways, and her message has nothing to do with money. And then Mahe is an intimacy coach. She is out there making gorgeous content for people, helping people in profound ways. She puts out master classes consistently. She calls in clients. She experiments in her business. She is a true CEO. And it's just amazing. And I'm so honored at the level of people who have chosen to work beside me, who have all these skills of transformation. And I help them have skills of messaging, marketing, and sales, which is what you need if you're not making money. But when I first started, I just had the promise of, hey, I'll help you make a course. I had made 2 courses first. It wasn't something that I had never done before. I had made a songwriting course. I had made a creativity course. I had sold those courses. I had made my first $1,000 in biz. Then I had made my first $3,000 in business. I did it from a place of commitment and joy. And I never made a promise that I myself hadn't done. So if you're asking someone to commit, but you are wavering in your commitment, what do you think will happen? Let's do a quiz. What do you think might happen in your business? Eh? Like a lot of people come to me at the point where they're like, oh, I'm getting on all these discovery calls with people that just will not invest in themselves. I know they have the money, but they're living in scarcity. They're abundant. They have the money. They're just not willing to invest in themselves. And then when I tell them that my offer is available and I'd love to have them in my offer, they say, oh, I'm not able to invest right now. And it's just like, oh, and I just get to point that out on the sales call because sales are a mirror. And however we are moving in our lives is going to show up in our businesses. So, and that's not to shame us or try to rush our growth or anything like that. But it's like whatever you're seeing, you get to look and go, oh, am I clean on this? Am I in integrity on this? Am I clean on this? Where can I come with more clean energy? Where can I clean up my energy? Where can I clean up my mindset? Where can I be in integrity? And look at your offer. Look at your offer. And you can download my free high value offer checklist if you're not sure if your offer is high value. So when I started with the course, I started with low cost courses and I taught people how to create low cost courses. And I'm going to just say it actually, like, I'm sort of sorry for some of the messages that I shared in that moment because I was still undervaluing myself. So I shared the message of like excess, I was transmitting that. So people like came to work with me and then they thought that they could just have a low cost course or they should have a low cost course. But the thing was, I wasn't treating these low cost courses like low cost courses. I was treating them like full on masterminds and having live events. Like it didn't match my skill level as a psychotherapist, as a human that has been around the world working for herself for however many years. So it's up to you to own that whatever niche you're in, own the value of what you're helping people to do. And then it's my role to help you get crystal clear on what that value is and be able to express it in a way that lands. If you're not making sales, you're not expressing the value of your offer in a way that lands with people. And that's unfortunate because that shit's free. With the power of your voice, with the power of our voices combined and the power of your voice, you can call people forth. You can express the value of your work so that when they get on the phone with you, they're going, oh, yeah, I know what you do. You've been on my vision board for months and when do we start? I saved up for this. Imagine that. So there are people, if you're sharing potent content, there are people saving up for your offer right now. So don't give up. Don't give up. You just haven't offered your offer to the right person at the right time. And you just haven't said the right thing. So if you're not quite sure if what you're saying is landing with people, then this is why I created the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. In module 1, we get right down to messaging, which is a key component. It's like the number one component to making sales that don't feel salesy. Because if you're just making sales posts, but not showing your heart, not having a message that connects to your audience and pre-qualifies them even to if they're ready for your offer, then that's a costly mistake. So this is key wisdom that I'm dropping for you right now. So I would invite you if you do not want to try another frappin' year to meet 10K consistent months on what you already know, on the skills you already know, and you want to get there faster, you want to get there with support, you want to be guided, you want to have someone in your corner that's like, you've got this. I know that sucks. I've been there, and here's how we get out of it together. Apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. And I know you're somebody who is that kind of gal or guy that's going to take yourself through those lessons so that you can develop that high value offer, so that you're not focused on low cost anything anymore. And you start to learn the skills to position yourself as someone that people gladly pay thousands of dollars to work with. Amy, Yulia, Mahe, Lotte, who's on thousands of dollars people have spent with them for them to guide them in all sorts of ways that have nothing to do with making money. Okay, this mistake is a tough one. Stagnating at the same price when your whole body wants to receive more. This is what I call letting the universe know you're available for less. And oh my God, is this tough, because I don't do this in my business anymore. I set my price. I don't wobble. I say my price on the calls as if I'm saying my first name. I smile and I let the people rise to meet me. If you want those kind of sales skills and that kind of energy on a sales call, get inside my world, because that's what we're learning. Every weekly call is like an energetic upgrade. But I can tell you that I did this in my relationships. Oh God, and it is so crushing when you're like, I'll just settle. I have so much compassion for this person's potential. And I see so much potential in this person. And how many times have you heard that from a sister or brother? I see the potential in this human and I want to support them through their growth, and I'm here to love and I'm here for an open heart. No. Not when you're also here for a standard that it does not include breadcrumbs or settling for less. If you set a standard of what you want and then you tell the universe, oh God, yeah, I'll just take a little less just because I need it. You're confusing the universe. I'm talking to myself right now. You're confusing the universe, and it's time to have radical self-responsibility. And so I have wrote on my whiteboard here, like, feel, walk, talk, think like a millionaires. So I'm at the 6-figure mark. I am projected to double that by the end of this year, and amazing, but I got big dreams. I'm going to be a millionaires. It's all great. It's all good. There's so many soul-led entrepreneurs out there making millions, being good-hearted and sweet and open and making a great change in this world and making a great impact. And why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? But it's not going to happen if I continue to think like, that 2K months are good enough. I could settle for 2K months. No, you're settling for average. When you are above average, your skills are way above average. You're trained, you are certified, you are friggin' killing it. You are not new to your skills of transformation. You just might be new to meeting 10K consistent months, and that's no problem. That is zero problem. So let's see. Do we have any questions? I'm asking, like, what does it say on this whiteboard? Because I didn't get much sleep last night, so I did not do my morning practice. But it's a good for all of us involved, because I am a silly bitch when I don't get a lot of sleep. So this has been a very entertaining last 44 minutes. But no, I put yoni steam, pull cards, love letter to me, which was an assignment from my coach. Morning dance, morning walk, prepare my food. So it's like when we are nourishing ourselves really and fully, then we are more equipped to nourish other people. But if we are settling for less and giving from a place of underflow, I can't. figure out the word for that right now, but a giving from a place of not enough, and we're not giving to ourselves first, then the universe is just going to keep running me, running me down and showing me opportunities to go like, well, wait, this is not what you wanted. Are you going to accept it? Is this isn't what you wanted? Are you going to accept it? No. If you are not a man that is committed to self-development, on a path of sacred union, wants to meet somebody that isn't perfect and you want to grow together, if you are not that guy, get out my DMs. And same. So you get to decide what kind of clients are you committed to calling in. And instead of looking outside to try to find those clients, you become that. You become that. So instead of me looking outside of like, where's this freaking man? No, I need to do what I committed to. I need to become somebody open and ready to receive 50K months. You got to be someone open and ready to receive and nourishing yourself and coaching yourself and receiving coaching and applying that coaching to become somebody who's able to guide somebody at that caliber as well. Because if you want to charge 6K, if you want to charge 10K, if you want to charge 15K for an offer, whether it's 6 months, a year, 3 months, doesn't matter the time frame, but you want to charge great and abundant, and then you have recurring revenue month after month, and what is it called? Like a revenue, like a cash injection, because you claimed and owned what you're not settling for, then you can't start low. You got to have a high value offer because the math won't add up. If you're just getting started and you don't have a big audience, the math doesn't add up. So sometimes it's not even about your belief in yourself. It's about the dang math. And if you are trying to make 10K months and you have 11 views on your videos, the math don't add up unless you have skills to sell to all 11 of those people at $1,000 price point. Then the math adds up. You might do math better than me, right? 10 people, you sell to every single one of the people that watch your video, and you sell to them well. And you know that the people that are watching your video are your right fit clients. And then you have a price that's $1,000. That's how you have 10K month. Everyone says yes. So you can't have something that costs $100. Not now. Yeah, when you have the 100,000 followers. Yeah, when you have the fame and notoriety and you want to just like put something out, and you have the testimonials and you want to just put something out for passive income. Like passive income takes years of work. Passive income takes proof, validation of concept. So that's what we're doing here with this high value offer. Go high value, show up for people, help them get results, and then see if you ever want to go back to low cost anything. When I went high value, I stayed high value because it's a fun place to be, to really be a part of somebody's growth and evolution, and to have them be thankful for that for years to come and talk about you and rave about your programs. That's when it gets easy, when people just start referring people to you. So now I am on an ever loving tangent, but I hope this all made so much sense. I'm squinting because the sun is like, and I didn't get much sleep, but never mind. If you're ready to stop squinting your way through your business, trying to figure out, how do I do this? What kind of funnel do I need? None. You don't need a funnel. You need a high value offer. You need proof of concept. You need a signature process. You need to know who you're speaking to, and you need a transformational sales process. And that's exactly what I teach. A streamlined transformational sales process and a message that gets the attention of the people that you most want to serve. So if you're ready for that, really, if you're ready to skip the line and 2023 be your 6-figure year, you want to start now. You don't want to wait till the middle of 2023 and say, I'd like 6 figures. You want to start now. You want to get the skills and you want to start now. And then in 2023, that's how it happens, because your skills are flowing. You're in your groove. You're getting it going. And then call me and we'll celebrate your 6-figure year. All right. So you can go to freeyourcreativity.org and you can apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion for next round. I'm so looking forward to seeing your application. I don't accept everyone in this program. If you're not committed to really blowing up your business in 2023, don't bother applying, because you will if you apply the skills and principles that I teach. And I can't wait to see if we are a right fit to work together. If it's a no from me, I'll give you some little hints and tips and tricks on how you can improve your business for the next round. And that is like 10K worth of value, all for just applying. So I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.